I'd like to talk to Mr. Chater. In my riding in Provencher in Manitoba, a lot of parents are talking to me about how their kids feel. And one evening, I was returning phone calls, and I talked to one particular father, and he said that he was completely exasperated. He had a son, and he says in his group of 4 or 5 people, he says, you know what they're talking about? He says they're talking about suicide. And he says, I am so concerned with where this is all heading to. And so I'm sure you're hearing a lot from your frontline people. What is a major concern that you're hearing from the Boys and Girls Clubs, frontline workers, the folks that actually work with the youth in Canada?
Yeah, so I'd be able to speak from the perspective of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I'd say that they're seeing the same, listening to the voices of young people, that despair, not being able to see where the future or what the future looks like. Right now, there's so many young people that are just trying to, and I think many of us trying to figure out what does life look like beyond this pandemic. And it's very challenging, particularly for youth, because the pathways that once existed may not be existing in the future. And so the opportunity for Big Brothers Big Sisters and organizations like BGC Canada and others really do provide those opportunities for young people to see that future, where people and how people are standing beside them and for them. And so I'll go back to some of the data that Margie shared around the how young people are feeling in community, and making sure that we continue to put those critical investments into frontline community services.